here's an update from MeteoMark here for the weather for April 30th, the last day of April 2013. Let's start off with some photos here. This is from Robert Stone. He sent this in from the, I believe, the internet from Harrah, Oklahoma. Look at this hailstones right outside somebody's back door here. Look at that. Look at the amount of hailstones. This happened April 26th, I believe, 2013. So, impressive amount of hail here from Oklahoma, Harrah, Oklahoma. Let's take a look. Jason's shoulder. Very beautiful. It looks like some of the leaves are coming out here. We have this one plant here with some very beautiful red, I believe red, very jagged looking, very nice leaves here. And I'm not sure exactly what this is called, but here it is. Here's another shot of it from the side. And you can see, very nice. They're having some very warm weather up there in New Hampshire lately. In fact, it's been warmer in New Hampshire lately than it has in upstate New York. So, it's been in the 70s and sunny. So very nice. Thank you, Jason Scholler. We're going to head over to, here we go, Lucas D. from Linden, Texas. And here we are. Very nice photo of foliage here. Very nice and green. Thank you, Lucas. Here is another blue jay here in Linden, Texas. The leaves are in full swing. Temperatures are very warm in Texas. And here's a nice stormy Texas sky for Linden, Texas. Been getting a lot of thunderstorms this year in the Linden, Texas area. But this is a nice shot of sun coming through the darkish clouds. And here is a very nice photograph here of a nice cloud pattern with the foreground of trees and the background being the nice cloud pattern. Let's take a look at this picture here. We got a little bit of a sun effect on it. Very nice tree, very beautiful, the way the light undulates across the camera lens here. And we've got, of course, here is the moon, the status of the moon. I love it when he sends in the moon pictures because it shows us exactly what stage of the moon we're at right now. Very nice. Beautiful. Thank you, Lucas. Heading on into the forecast, 48-hour QPF, quantitative precipitation for the next 48 hours. The lion's share of the precipitation is going to be across to the upper Midwest here, up through Iowa and extending down towards Kansas and Minnesota and northern Wisconsin. Also, there's a bullseye here, also along the Gulf Coast, the New Orleans area. It's going to be picking up some tropical moisture, and I'm going to go into detail about it, and as well as South Florida. This is where we could get upwards in these areas, these reddish and orangish areas. Of course, the orangish areas anywhere from 2 to 3 inches, and the red areas up 3 inches plus, up to 5 inches possible, especially around the New Orleans area. Pretty much elsewhere across the nation, we're not looking at much precipitation amounts. And now some of this here in the upper Midwest will be snow, and I'll get into more detail on that. Let's take a look at the Tuesday weather map across the United States of America here. We're going to have a little bit of some severe weather across the southern plains here, but that's going to be short-lived. We're not going to have a widespread outbreak, but we're going to see this low-pressure system move across the Mississippi River Valley. And here we're going to see on the backside some snowflakes mixing in. Some areas could get several inches, other areas will get rain mixing in with the snow. So we're not looking at too much there. But here across the southern Mississippi River Valley, the Gulf Coast, that's where we're going to start to get the development of a tropical, not a tropical system, but a tropical wave mixing with this low pressure system that's going to become cut off from the main jet stream flow across the northern tier of states. So we headed on into Wednesday, or actually this was Wednesday, heading on into Thursday. We're going to be heading across much of the nation here. The system starts to move ever so slowly to the east, these colder temperatures, which I'll show you on the temperature maps. And the precipitation starts to move east. No severe weather, but this is the when I showed you on the Wednesday weather map. Thursday, things really start to come together for the system, especially along the Gulf Coast. And Friday, we're looking at the system continuing to bend across the Gulf Coast states here in the Mississippi River Valley for areas that don't need any more rain, and we head on into these areas. So that's what we're looking at. This system becomes very cut off from the main flow, and we get that snowflakes, that cold air being drawn. It's going to be interesting because I'll show you temperature-wise here across the nation. We're looking at 70s across much of the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, and down through the Gulf Coast states here. This is where we start to get this colder air wrapping around the system. So it's not going to become a major, it's not going to become a full tropical system, but it will become a major cutoff low with a tropical connection as well as a polar connection here on the back side. And if you look at towards Thursday here and into Friday, you can actually see that it's actually going to be warmer here in the mid to high 70s in the Northeast, and then it's going to be actually colder down south here than it is in the Northeast. Look at how interesting this is. This does not happen very often, but you get that cold air coming behind the system, and this system will keep warm conveyor belts of warm air across the East Coast. That's pretty much what we're looking at for this week. I can't say we're going to get any rain here in the Northeast. The drought will continue to thicken, which is interesting because 2 years ago we saw so much rain in the Northeast. So this year we're dealing with quite a bit different scenario. That's pretty much going to do it for MeteoMark. Like me on Facebook at MeteoMark, subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark.com, website MeteoMark.com. Here's a 4-day forecast for my hometown viewers from Binghamton to Elmira and the northern tier counties of Pennsylvania. We're going to look for let me get the days right because I keep thinking today's Monday and it's actually Tuesday. Wednesday here, tomorrow. We're looking at a mostly sunny sky. In fact, look at crystal clear through the weekend here. We're looking at pretty much overnight lows, getting a little warmer, low 40s to mid 40s, and then we'll see highs approaching the mid 70s by the end of the week. Pretty much 70 every day, 70 or better. That's going to do it for MeteoMark.